In the early 1980s, a child was born. Two of them, actually. Their names were Jeff and Andy, and inside these young men was what would become something great. Time went by, Jeff and Andy grew up, and they developed facial hair.
I grew my first mustache when I was 11.
Probably like 13.
Lie.
And one day, while buying razors, something happened. Andy got ripped off.
Getting ripped off sucks.
Why do razors cost so much? Like, there's no real good reason.
Actually, Jeff, there is a reason. One big razor company has relentlessly increased prices for decades, making insane profits at the expense of customers. So Jeff and Andy decided to start their own shaving company. Jeff and Andy's parents were proud.
Did we conceive Andy to take on Big Razor in an epic battle of David versus Goliath? Oh, hell yes.
Jeff and Andy take their destiny seriously because there's a big difference between good and bad razors.
It's particularly true when you're taking like a knife to your face.
And we almost put a bullet in the idea like 6 months in because we're like, we just don't know if we can actually make the products.
It left Jeff and Andy with only one way to maintain quality and keep prices down.
We bought a factory.
They bought a factory, but not just any factory.
They bought my factory.
They bought Fine Technic, a 95-year-old German factory.
It's pretty loud!
Where over 600 German engineers, craftsmen, and production workers create millions of precision blades a year.
And they thought we were completely crazy. They called us the American Internet Cowboys.
Now I'm calling them friends.
You're a good hugger, Mr. Becker.
With the purchase of Fine Technic, the American Internet Cowboys discovered a way to create razors of exceptional quality without the questionable design of their competitors.
We essentially wanted to do the exact opposite of what was out there. Less, but better. Theirs looks like it was shot out of space. We want something that looks like it was made on Earth.
And by taking less profit and selling directly to you over the internet, Harry's can offer an exceptional deal. At half the blade price, and with all those smart people, and that factory stuff, and those sharp razors, and the handsome handles, and a smooth narrator. Thanks. Big Razor got nervous.
They threatened to sue our pants off.
Big Razor threatened to sue their pants off. And that's kind of the whole point of this film. Jeff and Andy are two guys who put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you. Who need to shave, just like you. Who don't want to pay too much and like good design, like you. But don't take it from us. Take it from a few of our 2,700,009 clean-shaven customers.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Andy. And this is Harry's.
Meet the shaving company that's fixing shaving. Harry's.
Please welcome co-CEOs of Harry's, Jeff Raider and Andy Katz-Mayfield.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Cooking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. Hey! I don't trust nobody, grip the trick, nobody. Call up.
Thanks. Hey guys, we're Jeff and Andy. We founded Harry's. We are really excited to be here with you guys today, and we promise to try to keep our pants on.
I actually haven't decided yet.
Yeah. Thanks for being with us. We just showed you a bit of a film around the history and founding of Harry's. Thought for our talk today, what we could do is give you a little bit more context into the brand that we're building and kind of where we're going, and then chat a bit about the industry and the competitive dynamic and how that's changing as we continue to grow. So, as you guys saw, I think we built Harry's because we wanted better shaving experience for ourselves and for guys everywhere. We were frustrated with the purchase experience, with the brands, pricing. We wanted products that we'd be proud to use every morning, and we tried to set out to create that. And here's how we thought about it. First, we wanted to make really high-quality products. We bought a factory in Germany to make some of the best blades in the world, make creams and gels, skincare products with really high-end natural ingredients that are actually good for your face. We care about design. As you saw there, we want products where design accentuates the beautiful functional benefits of those products. We don't want to shave with razors that look like spaceships. We want our products to speak for themselves. We want to provide customers with amazing value. And for us, value is not rational. It's not about $2 a blade or $3 a blade or $4 a blade. It's emotional. It's about making customers feel like they're being treated fairly, like they're getting a good deal. We want to have an honest contract with our customers where we make a little bit of money, they get a great deal, everyone ends up ahead, and that builds real trust in our brand and in those relationships. And last, we care a lot about our customers. We tell guys that we love them every day, and we do. And we believe that we're building tremendous loyalty by caring about our customers and by always doing what's right for them. We started online because we wanted to get to know our customers better. Wanted to know, I want to know how often you replace your razor blades and what grooming products you like and what content you like. And we take that information and then we try to serve our customers better as individuals. It's a massive advantage that we have by building those direct relationships. And one important vehicle that we use to get a lot of customer information is email. We proactively email every single one of our customers after they order from us. We tell them that we're here for them, we love them, we want to give them a good experience, and they email us back. We just had our millionth customer service conversation at Harry's, and what we do is take all of the rich information that we get there and use that to serve people better individually, and that manifests itself from everything from sending an email to somebody when we think they're about to run out of blades saying, hey, do you need more from us? We can make that experience easy, to putting a precision trimmer on the back of our razor blade cartridges because literally thousands of guys asked us for it. Over time, we expanded to retail also because it was good for our customers. When we talked to customers and we said, how can we make this better for you? A common thing that came up was, hey, I love buying online from you guys, but what would be really great? If I could pick you up on my Sunday shopping trip to Target. Maybe I'm on a subscription and I need a blade pack to tide me over or want some face wash. It'd be really nice if you were there. As we dug a little deeper, we realized that 75% of our online customers shop at Target. And so we developed a close relationship with them and ended up launching Harry's there. And when we did so, we tried to fix a bunch of the pain points that our customers felt in the retail environment. First, they were confused by all the different razor handle models in the aisle. They didn't understand how they were different from each other, and they felt like they were continually being overcharged for their products. And so we simplified the planogram. We launched with only one razor model and one razor blade. It's just Harry's. We tried to use design to tell our brand story, create disruptive elements at the aisle, stop people in their tracks and let them know that there was something new. And we maintained our commitment to delivering great value. We sell products in store at the same price that we do online. We try to keep a really consistent and clear price for our customers as a way to continue to build trust. And we've been blown away by the response. Today, our customers tell us that they like shaving with Harry's a lot more than they did in the past. And in just 4 years, we've been able to reach lots and lots of guys. We've sold over 5 million razor handles since we launched Harry's and continue to grow at an accelerating rate. And how we think about the impact that we're causing as a company is just a function of these two charts. How many customers we reach and how much better we make the experience for them. And while we're still young, we believe that we are having a real impact on the mornings and lives of lots and lots of guys and an impact on the industry. And so with that said, I'll pass it over to Andy a little bit to talk about some of the industry and competitive dynamics that we see.
Thanks, Bud. Yeah, as Jeff mentioned, we are having a really significant impact. And while the democratization of our category has been really great for consumers, it's been less great for some of the incumbents. And that's perhaps best evidenced by what's happened to the market share of big razor, most namely Gillette, falling from 66% a few years ago down to 59% today. And it's been a really interesting experience for Jeff and I and for our company to see how sort of the big razor companies have reacted to a challenger brand, and thought it would be instructive here to share some of that competitive response as kind of a case study of how competitors might respond to disruption. First thing that happened to us is that Gillette tried to sue us. So we kind of knew this day was going to come when we were launching the company. Gillette has a history of being particularly litigious. We were a little bit surprised when it came literally 2 months after we launched the brand. The silver lining is that we got an order for $500 from One Gillette Way in Boston, and we were a small company, and a $500 order was really exciting, so we shipped it off and took the revenue. But that wasn't particularly effective, so the next step for them was to take some inspiration from our design and our website and try to sell direct online. And I think that, sort of the learning here, and the reason why this ultimately hasn't been particularly impactful for us is that, digital experience isn't just some UI and some UX and some boxes on a page. We really sort of work really hard to care about every single detail of the customer experience, both online, then through to shipping and the unboxing experience and the customer service we provide after that. And we think that our customers sort of really appreciate that love and care we put into everything we do and appreciate the authenticity in that. Most recently, Gillette has tried to spread misinformation about us. So they launched this campaign where the sort of central claim is that most guys who try Harry's leave Harry's after trying it, which is not true. They also then paid a bunch of guys to give negative testimonials about their Harry's experiences. And I think for us, on the one hand, this was kind of exciting. It's validation of the impact that we're having, that this massive company would be coming after us directly. And ironically, I think it actually helps highlight some of the advantages of our business model. First, because we sell direct, and we literally have every single piece of customer data, we know that this claim isn't true, and there's a lot of ways you can think about the data. I think the reality is that since we launched Harry's, every single cohort ever in the history of Harry's, we've never retained at less than 60%. And what we think is most instructive here is that since we launched free trial, so there's been 580,000 customers who have tried Harry's for free since we launched that program in May of 2016. 81.6% of those customers have come back and bought additional products. So it's really quite the opposite of the claim that most guys leave Harry's after trying it. The second is that we don't actually have to pay customers for testimonials. The outpouring of support from both customers and non-customers alike in response to this campaign was actually really heartening for me and Jeff. And yeah, this is my favorite new customer riding the unicorn in his Twitter avatar. And it was. This is true though, right? Is like they actually we've built positive brand awareness as a result of this, and consumers sort of coming to our defense and recognizing the motive behind this. And so I think for us it's been a really interesting experience. It's really energizing, as I mentioned. It's validation of the impact that we're having, and it kind of comes back to this central tenet of sort of who we are as a company, and this idea of selling direct and developing these direct relationships with our customers. We feel like we know our customers really well, and they really feel like they know us. You can sort of sense it in the tone of the video that we showed. People are not just investing in our brand and in our product; they're investing in us as a company and us as people, me and Jeff personally, my parents. And it's kind of this team mentality. It's like this army of consumers who are behind us. And ultimately, we feel like if we can continue to use customers as our North Star and sort of stay true to that and continue to invest in our customers and deliver for them, they'll return the favor and continue to invest in us. And hopefully that will enable our success and our ability to compete online, offline, over the longer term. So thanks, and with that, I wanted to invite Khadeeja Safdar, who's a reporter with the Wall Street Journal, out on the stage for a little bit of Q&A. Nice entry song choice, Khadija.
Thank you. I kind of wanted to dance to that. Hi, guys. So I'm just going to jump in with the questions since we just have a couple of minutes. So as you mentioned in your presentation, you guys have put a lot of pressure on the incumbent players in the space, so much pressure that they've been fighting back very aggressively. So most recently, Gillette said that they would move towards very aggressive price cuts, lowering prices as much as 20%. So I guess I wanted to ask you, how would you respond to that? Can Harry's afford a price war?
So first, we think that that's awesome. The fact that customers are getting value back in this industry feels really good to us, and the fact that we may have had a hand in helping to cause that also feels really good to us. It's sort of what we set out to do. And it's, as Andy mentioned, validation that we are actually having impact and excited about what that is. I think as it relates to the specific announcement about price decreases, this has been something that's actually been going on for a while. Gillette and P&G and a bunch of brands in shaving have been promoting pretty heavily for the last year or so. And so if you look at the actual price trends, inclusive of promotion, like prices have already been coming down. And it really hasn't impacted us because we are not just a price point as a company. We are building a brand that we think fundamentally connects with guys in a different way. And while value is an important part of that story, it's really not the rational value, but the emotional value that we are actually treating customers fairly. We started Harry's at half the price of the competition, and feel like we're still providing really great value and can build that trust with customers by doing so.
So I also wanted to ask you a bit more about your movement into Target. And you touched on this a bit in the presentation, but you've expanded into Target and a couple of upscale retailers. And razors can be a low margin category, and the retailer then takes a cut of the sales. So if you were growing so quickly online, why sell through a middleman?
Yeah, so I think our approach to retail, generally into Target specifically, I sort of mentioned it in the presentation. We just try to let customers guide us, and the reality is that 75% of our customers were shopping at Target. Customers don't think about channels and like, hey, I shop online or I shop offline. They do whatever's most convenient for them in any given moment. And the reality is people were asking for us to be present in a retail environment. So that was sort of the guiding principle of, hey, let's do what's right for the customer first and foremost, and it's just better for the customer to be available both online and offline. I think for us, specifically with Target, there was a bunch of conviction that because of who Target is as a company and as a brand, that they would partner with us and support us to try to kind of bring some of the disruption that we've been able to bring online into the retail environment and create a really good retail experience that's consistent with what we were trying to do from a brand standpoint, and ultimately deliver that experience and that value to customers in store. So they've been a great partner.
So I kind of wanted to ask a question just following up from that, is that starting out as a direct-to-consumer company gives you basically a direct line to the customers, and that allows you to then collect a lot of data that can be very invaluable and provides a significant advantage over brands that sell through department stores or retailers. So in this movement towards retail, are you risking losing that advantage, and how do you think about that?
So the significant majority of our company is still online, and Target has blown away our expectations and been wonderful, but we still spend a ton of time with our digital customers trying to understand everything about them so we can improve their experience. What's been interesting and exciting to us in the retail context is we have a lot of insights about how they feel about shaving in general, grooming, our products, purchasing, the post-purchase experience that we can take to a retail partner, and Target's been a great partner in that context, and start to think about how we can serve people better. The interesting thing about shaving is that it's not a one-time thing. It happens over and over and over again. And by getting to know guys really well online, we can take a lot of that perspective on how you create a long-term and enduring experience and translate that into retail. And that's something that we're working really hard on and have been excited about the early results.
So this topic has probably come up a lot on different panels, and this question has probably been asked to a lot of different people. But I wanted to ask you about Amazon. Amazon is growing as a competitor in the consumer product space. They're launching private label goods. They now have a subscribe option for items that are replenishable. So I wanted to ask you, have you considered Amazon as a competitor? Would you sell your products through Amazon? What do you think about that?
Yeah. Amazon's obviously an amazing company, and in a lot of ways, they, I think, approach the world and have a philosophy that's consistent with ours in the sense that ultimately what they're trying to do is deliver as much value as possible to the consumer, and we respect them a lot for that. I think as it relates to Harry's, we, as we've talked about, see a lot of value in selling direct and having that direct customer relationship, and so no immediate plans to sell on that platform today. And I think for us, clearly, if you think about sort of Amazon and what they bring to the table, it just makes it that much more incumbent upon us to deliver something that's differentiated. So our brand, our product, and our overall sort of subscription and membership experience, and have that be something that, you know, somebody couldn't get on Amazon, that they can only get by shopping directly for us. And you know, it makes us up our game to make sure that we're delivering enough value to there to make that a compelling proposition for the consumer.
So I think I have time for one more question. So the razor market is clearly changing. It's getting a lot more fragmented. One of your competitors, Dollar Shave Club, was snapped up by a very deep-pocketed company recently. And so I wanted to ask you, do you see more deals like that on the horizon? How do you see the industry and the space changing in 5 years?
So, I think we obviously respect Dollar Shave Club a lot. We launched right around the same time, and I think their acquisition by Unilever was continued validation that what is happening in our space is causing a lot of change, and that our models are having significant impact. I think as we think about Harry's, we have wanted to build this brand over a long period of time. 5 years might not actually be the right time horizon as we think about this. Like Andy and I love doing our jobs. We bought a factory that was almost 100 years old, and we believe that great brands and businesses get built over decades. And so I think our approach is to continue to put the customer first, to think about what they would want from us, and that could be better products in shaving, better grooming products, being where they want us to be, and to continue to try to build a brand that speaks to modern guys in just a fundamentally different way. And we think that if we do that, there'll be a place for us in this industry, and that we can build a great foundation in the next 5 years for the next 5 after and the next 5 after that.
I think we're out of time now. Thank you so much.